Sahana bhavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Saha Viryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shantis Shantis Shantihi. May Brahman protect us, may he nourish us, may we work together with great energy, may our study be vigorous and fruitful, may love and harmony dwell amongst us. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Friends, it's a joy to be here again after maybe 3 years or so, 3.5 years. One of our Swamis says now and then that even monks need the company of other monks and devotees. You might have heard Swami Ashishanji telling. So it's a joy to be with devotees and friends and our Swamis. Only Swami Swahananda has escaped. I was happy I could meet him just for a while, a few hours. Now the subject is the fruits of meditation. Of course, as we know, we can't get the fruits all at once. We need the tree first. And then, before the tree, we need the ground. So we have to prepare the ground for meditation. See, meditation though is talked about very freely, as though it can be picked up just from the sidewalk. It is a very advanced type of spiritual practice. It's not that easy. And lot of ground is to be prepared to have good meditation. Our teachers give detailed instructions for that and then tell us what real meditation is, so that we may know whether we are able to do it right now or not, at least know what we are at. It is a very, we may say, sophisticated spiritual practice. In fact, very few can do meditation. Often we find our devotees telling, have you finished your meditation? They reply, don't call it meditation. I sat. Did you sit? That may be the right question. Did you sit today? Did you sit? So that's how we should sit first. Even sitting is difficult. There is one story of a South Indian saint. I don't remember the name of the saint. Anyway, the story is this. In one of the temples, a holy man used to sit and sit and sit. All the time sitting, and he wouldn't speak one word. And the manager of the temple had ordered every day he should be given one ball of rice. And the holy man would eat that, then sit there quietly, not doing anything, and then not saying anything. So it went on for quite a while. And then the manager died, and the manager's son became the manager afterwards. He was a modern young man. He said, why should you support a lazy man? He doesn't do anything, he doesn't speak. So one fine day he stopped that ball of rice. And people did not approve of that, the devotees and others. But still he had the power. He stopped. And the holy man at the accustomed hour saw that that ball of rice is not there. He went out somewhere, probably begged or ate some fruit, came back and sat there. The young man could not solve this mystery. Still he is coming. First he thought just for the sake of the ball of rice he is coming. And slowly he thought of sending him away from that. But the devotees did not allow that. Then he asked him, what's the secret? Why do you want him there? Oh, no, he's a holy man. He's a holy man. What kind of holy man is he? He doesn't do any work and he doesn't talk. All right, let us go. And then, so they probably talked to the holy man or did something. So they wanted to know, or this man wanted to test him. So he goes and asked the holy man some questions and all that. So the holy man with a sign says, sit. I'll tell you, with all signs. So after 5 minutes, this young man became very, very restless. He started with shouting, tell me the answer for this. Oh, is it? Wait a little. 5 more minutes, wait a little. Then he became furious afterwards. See, I have work, you have no work. I have work, I have to go. Tell me. Oh, no, wait a little. And then he sat for some time. And then he could not bear to sit. So he just rushed out, the young man went away. Then after some time he came back. From tomorrow you will have 2 balls of rice. Because just sitting is not easy. So we say in meditation is first sit. It seems Ramakrishna used to tell these boys or devotees, first try to sit quietly. Even that is a great thing. Otherwise you are so restless, you want to be going and doing things, just sit quietly. So, though we say sitting, sometimes we are amused if we say, oh, just I am sitting. We are apologetic about it. Even that's a great thing. Just regularly, half hour or 1 hour sitting, and then morning, evening, noon, going on for years, that itself is a great thing. Just sitting. That leads to meditation, real meditation. Now, coming back to some preparations for meditation, I'm not going to all the details. To say that sitting, that kind of steadiness has to be developed in some other ways before we get it through meditation. Sometimes we want to do everything through meditation. We have so many books coming. You meditate, everything will come. Our teachers are more intelligent in this. We don't want to waste meditation for just preparing the ground. There are certain methods by which we prepare the ground for that. That's one of them is, as most of you know, it is just building up one's character, you see. Building up one's character makes one steady. That's what we call dharma. Dharma, the meaning of dharma is that which doesn't allow us to fall apart. That is dharma. That which supports inside, what is ordinarily translated as righteousness. It's not just righteousness, that which supports within. A good character supports within. That is dharma. So I speak the truth, or I do my duties, or I'm honest in my business. Like that, all these moral virtues, they support inside. They make us steady. And And Patanjali, or more than Patanjali, or Sri Krishna gives this advice. Yuktahara viharasya. Try to be balanced in all your different aspects of life. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Yukta, in eating be moderate, be disciplined, and then in recreation, and then in work. Not that you should not work hard, there should be balance in work. And then in sleep, all these, if you are moderate, or if you are following the middle path, then yoga, of course the context is mainly the yoga of meditation. Yoga becomes the remover of all pain, all dukkha, all sorrow. So that is another, it's called golden mean. As in one of the lives of Buddha, Light of Asia, there is one reference to Buddha's following this middle path. One day he hears some of the dancing girls going out singing a song, tune as the sitar, neither low nor high. That means like a musical instrument. For proper meditation, this instrument, the body and the mind, should be kept properly tuned. If it is too tight, it breaks, like some of the ascetics do, or if it is too loose, then also music doesn't come. The proper music of this meditation, if it has to come, then there should be that golden mean, all balanced or tending towards balance. And this meditation, this practice of meditation, is one of the very delicate spiritual practices. It cannot be done in a hurry, rush, one among the many. It's not like that. It is a very handling a delicate instrument, or like conducting a major operation, major surgery. There are tree surgeons, they need not be very careful. But the surgeon, very, very delicate. Every nerve is important, every stroke is important, every cutting is important. It is like that. So meditation becomes a very, very delicate spiritual practice. Other things may be more rough, it can be done one among the many. Not that those practices are inferior or any such thing. Say, supposing we do, say karma yoga for example, I can be rushing and be active and then doing all that. At the same time, I can be doing something. But meditation requires, as you know, a fine environment, internal and external, where I can operate inside in a very delicate way. So, it becomes necessary to follow that kind of caution and care, so that I may not mess up the whole thing. It's very soft. It's just like listening to a very delicate music, very soft music. If you are in a hurry, and then if you are not in a mood, it cannot be heard. You don't see it, you don't hear that. But if you listen properly, very, very carefully, then you can get the beauty of that. And as you know, in meditation, concentration is the thing there. Concentrate and concentrate. But there is a lot of difference between concentration and meditation. Concentration can be on anything. Say, I can concentrate on the book, I can concentrate on a flower, I can concentrate on a light, but say that is not meditation. Concentration can be on anything outside, on any work or any problem. And concentration can be done by anyone. Concentration can be there. Even a very, very wicked person, cruel person can concentrate. But meditation cannot be done like that. Meditation is concentration inward. Concentration on, again, one point I want to mention about this inwardness. Often inwardness appears to be as though inwardness means I close the eyes and then do. That is true in a way. But actually inwardness is going to the depths of things. That is inwardness. Even I can take a stone. I see only the stone. Supposing I have the capacity to see something deep within, the subtle side of thing, if I can see, that is actually meditation. If I can concentrate on the subtle aspect of it, the subtler the aspect, then the more meditative I am. So concentration can be done by anyone. Like, say, even animals are concentrated when they are eating or when they are fighting. See, some other animal has come, it has to fight, it's fully concentrated on that. A Hitler can be concentrating on destroying people. So that concentration, that equally tremendous concentration is there. We can't say he is meditating on that. Meditation is a very sacred word. Sacred and then very, very, it brings very far-reaching, permanent effects. So we should not make the word cheap. So meditation is concentration on the subtle aspect of our personality and subtle aspect of anyone and everyone. Maybe a stone. You know, if you go to India, you find out people are sitting before a stone, a Shivalinga or a Salagrama, an emblem of Vishnu or an emblem of Shiva sits there and it is lost in meditation there before that. Or some ugly, misshaped stone is there, sits and meditates. So Shankaracharya makes comment on this. The Lord or the Supreme Spirit is all-pervading Vishnu, and he is meditating on that Vishnu. That all-pervading Spirit is being meditated upon. It's not the stone, it's not that image, it is the all-pervading Spirit, all-pervading consciousness he is meditating upon. So meditation is on that. That's why in one of the books, Uddhava Gita, this Lord Krishna is talking about meditation. He says meditation means meditation on God, not meditation on your enemies. The connection is this. Often when we sit for meditation, all other thoughts, this and that come, especially persons whom we don't like or work which we don't like, and then meditation we go on brooding over that. He says it's not meditation on enemies. It is enemy at different levels. It is meditation on God. Concentration on the divine spirit within. That is meditation. It's not on the mind, not on this, not on that. It is just meditation on God. In Vedanta, they are very, very emphatic about it. When you say concentration or meditation, it's on God. All these type of loose type of thinking, oh, meditation on, I watch my breath. That's not in Vedanta. Meditation, what are you doing? I watch my breath. I watch my thoughts. No, that's not meditation. Concentration on the Divine Spirit, absorption in the Divine Spirit, that is meditation. All others may be by the way or some steps for that. Some people may take the help of that. You can't say that is a negative type of meditation is not considered meditation in Vedanta. Always it's absorption on something positive. Something positive, call it chosen ideal, Satchidananda or Brahman. Some spiritual content is there to that. That's what they say. When you meditate, it is on the spiritual content of your being, content of anything. Even when you say God, the spiritual content. When you say a concept of God, concept of truth, concept of soul, it is that spiritual content of it. So somehow that spiritual content, you have to become absorbed in that. This watching the thought, that's a process. Afterwards, real meditation is absorption in God. So in Vedanta they make very, very clear, meditation means it should be absorption or concentration on God or the Spirit within or the truth, by whatever name you may call that, they call it chosen ideal, absorption in that. Swami Vivekananda defines this meditation in his own way, very, very pointedly. The soul thinking of itself without matter. It's all a spiritual content. The soul thinking of itself without matter, at any level. Of course, as you know, the all matter starts, the most materialistic aspect of our personality is it the body? Is it the mind? Say no. The subtle materialistic being or the personality in us, the ego, or the sense of I. Without that sense of I, becoming absorbed, the soul thinking of itself without matter of any sort, whether subtle or, you may ask, is it possible without the mind, how can we meditate? Earlier we used the mind, afterwards. That is why I said meditation is a very, very advanced state where the material side of our life is very thin. A very thin veil is there. And it is the touch of the soul. I touch God. That is meditation. It is said when you sit for meditation, beginning, you sit, and then you may do some breathing exercises or this or that, or you do your japa, repetition of the divine name, and then afterwards you try to collect your thoughts, that's pratyahara, and then reflect. That's not even often ordinarily our meditation is just reflection. We take Brahman or Atman or Shiva or Krishna or Ramakrishna, he's in my heart, he's all luminous, and then I go around, as it were. The bee is hovering around the flower. That's what we do. We try to hover around. That's a great thing. If we can hover around only our chosen ideal, it's a great thing. Really, that's not meditation. It is I am collecting all my thoughts, and thoughts are hovering around the chosen ideal. I go this way, I go that way. The bee comes and sits here, that way, that side, this side. All that we do, we say, it's all preparation for meditation. We may call it manana or what is that, reflection. I'm reflecting on God, or I'm thinking about God. There is a lot of difference between thinking on God and meditating on God. This is, I'm thinking on God, where there are many thoughts, ideas, they're all there, and I think about Him. That's a grand thing to think about God, but let us not say I am meditating on God. Though, just to encourage us, our teachers tell us that's also meditation, it's all right, you go ahead. But when you come, when do we say it is meditation? It is there is the touch of the soul. There is a touch of the soul. So like when there is a live wire here, I am coming nearer and nearer, here, there, here, there, here, there, and then afterwards I just touch that and then get a shock. It said that is meditation. That is the touch of the soul. I get a shock. I touch God, and then whatever results come, then that is the result of meditation. At that time, there is another description. One is free from dependence of anything, inside or outside, free from fear and free from doubt, and you rest. Rest in your own self. Otherwise, you feel you are wandering. Everywhere you are wandering. Now, meditation means I have come to the resting place now. My own home. After wandering here and there, I have come to my own home. Home, sweet home, you heard? So, home, sweet home, I have come there. So when we say touch of the soul, all the other things have been left behind. I am not in a foreign land now, I am in my own home. That sense of satisfaction, I have come back to my own home, and at that time, so there is another experience of the devotees of God. I experience my deep relationship with God. When we touch, there is a flow. That's how Raj Yoga describes his meditation. Just like when you say electric wires, or you switch on. Otherwise, it's all not, contact is not there. The moment you touch the wire, like short-circuited, then energy starts flowing there. So like that, meditation means there is a flow. The moment we touch the soul, or the climax has reached, we come to the climax, we are all working for meditation, and when the climax comes, there is a flow. There is a flow. First, there is a constant stream of thought towards that object of meditation. Through that, it was going in hundreds of directions, and then I'm all collecting them together and directing one conduit, as it were. Then afterwards, it's a flow. That's why it's a dynamic. Meditation is one of the most dynamic activities of the mind. The vibrations are the frequency is very, very high. A meditative person is like a bomb, in a good sense, of course. Is very, very dynamic person. When the mind is a person may be silent. When the mind is active, you can feel the atmosphere. I'll give you one example. I was looking after a dormitory run by our center in Bangalore. The evening after prayer, between 7:30 and 8:30, was considered study hour. And all students were expected to study at that time. So we would go around and then see how things are going on. There were 100 students, of course they're all serious students, especially during examination time, everyone was serious. Everyone seriously studying there. And pin drop silence. But if you go around, we could see the dynamism there. So like all of us are sitting here and we are all meditating, or deeply thinking, let us say. There is a dynamism. Instead of that, supposing we are all, after heavy meal, we are just dozing. It's all dull and then loose, and there is no life there. So when there is meditation, there is life, full of life and dynamism. Say it is a flow, a constant flow has been set up between, say, ourselves and God. Say, that's why when we hear about stilling of the mental waves, we should be very, very careful, very clearly understand what is yoga. Yoga is stilling the mental waves. An easy, cheap instruction is given, just stop the waves. Stop the waves of the mind. Everything will be all right. What does it mean, stopping the waves? That means that person is going to sleep, that's all. Or, sleep is one, another is, mind slowly becomes deranged. They start staring at people. Many unfortunate cases are there, when they start stilling the mind, after some time they come, they stare at you. Blank, all blank face. It's not that. It's a meditation is fullness. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. All the unnecessary, unwanted mental waves are stilled. First is introduce the healthy spiritual waves. Do japa or thoughts. Afterwards, mind becomes clear. When the mind becomes clear, the innate light, the inward light of consciousness shines in you. That is again meditation. So, when we say meditation, let us be clear about it. It is Purna. You have heard one of the epithets of Brahman is Purna. Purna is that which fills up everything. So in meditation, it is filling up everything. The deeper the meditation is, there is a sense of fullness. More and more fullness comes. Purna or Purusha. Purusha is all pervade, one who lies within, one who resides within. Say we have meditation on Purusha, Purushottama, that supreme person. Meditate on the supreme person. This Purusha and Purna, these two words have come from the same root. So Purusha and Purna, that which pervades, that which fills. So meditation is filling. From A to Z, it is filling. So let's come back to our fruits. One of the signs of meditation is its feeling of fullness. Fullness of heart, fullness of being, and a sense of fulfillment. After meditation, say we have temporary meditation. Something has come. A touch has come. See, to that extent, one should feel fulfilled. As Sri Krishna puts it in the chapter on meditation, I can't do anything better, you see. As we see these bumper stickers, I would rather be skiing. Like that a meditator will say, I would rather be meditating. That means everything else appears something below par, something less fulfilling. That is the beauty of meditation. When it comes really, when we touch that fringe of meditation, whatever experience I have otherwise, that's all something below. Or not only that, something insipid. Something insipid. The experience that comes after meditation is the, what you call, acme. That is the highest that I can have. Nothing, whatever I have done before, I had so many exhilarating experiences in my college or in my daily life, or this sense contacts, all this had come, but when compared to this experience of fullness, it is insipid. It's insipid, and then that, not only that, the meaningfulness. It is really something meaningful. So one who is meditating and spending time on meditation, someone comes and says, should you not do good to people? This half hour you could have spent better. No, a meditator will never understand that argument. Because what he is getting is much superior to whatever he has experienced earlier. Name anything, say this is better than that. This is more meaningful, more worthwhile in my life, and then it is full. You know, the ordinary experiences often exhaust us. It makes us empty, or the modern word is burnout. You burn out. You burn out. One doctor gave a paper, he said Burnout Syndrome. What he was referring to, Burnout Syndrome, it's a point for reflection, thought for reflection. He was referring to the case of a social worker or a doctor or a psychiatrist who has to deal with people in the, say, social service or ordinary duties, anyway to deal with people. Say, they burn out. They burn out. People will simply absorb, take away all your energy, psychic energy, physical energy. If there is anything other energy, they will take. Always so much demand. But in meditation, it is fulfilling. It is filling, not burning out, not exhausting. That is why meditation brings more energy out to ourselves. It's not exhausting. If we say after meditation, I'm completely exhausted, there's something wrong there. Something wrong. It should be more fulfilling, and that contentment, it's called Santoshakaranam. It becomes the cause for contentment. In life, in so many areas, we become exhausted and then discontent with the world. Hey, it's like this, it's like this. What have I done? I do all the 8 or 10 or 12 hours I do. What's the result? No one is satisfied, ingratitude, and then all opposite things come. But in meditation it is said, it is the other side, contentment. And in meditation, no, you have heard ordinarily when we are desperate, touch the rock bottom. Touch the rock bottom. After tried this and that, disappointed this, I cannot do anything more than that. I have touched the bottom. You say in meditation, you do just that. You have come to a place where there is security. All other places that appear to be secure, afterwards it is shaky. But here you come to a place where you have touched the ground. Divine ground, call it, or the ground, so there, or truth, then you are firm there. So after meditation, it is security and firmness, that is one level. When we say fruits of meditation, it is the meaningfulness, fulfillment, and the sense of security. And when we come to other levels, the teachers speak of this quality of sattva. That means the whole personality feels sattva. Sattva means there is substance. I am not empty. There is substance in me, stuff in me, real stuff in me. So I touch that real stuff. The real essence, sattva is sattva quality. There I feel the substance within me. Whereas when I am rajasic, restless, going about here and there and all that, it's all scattered. I feel empty, I feel go up and down, or when I am lazy, I just sleep. But here, it is sattva quality, I feel the substance, and the nature of that feeling is this. Gita explains, it is luminous, clarity, and strength giving, or sense of healing inside. That's why when say healing meditation and all, nothing wrong there. But we should know that's a byproduct that's coming. So it is mind or the personality becomes luminous inside. Clarity and transparency. We are familiar with this. When a meditation is good, just you open your eyes. Eyes are clear. When the meditation is not that good, first is you are not able to open your eyes. Probably it's a little sleepiness has come, or a kind of dullness has come. Tamasic. I'm often reminded of this. Once one of the brahmacharis in our monastery had to do some duty, and he forgot or he delayed things. And then he came and reported, why did you delay? Oh, I was meditating, I forgot the time. The Swami's retort was, that is tamasic, that's sleepiness. Because meditation should bring more elasticity and then more clarity. Instead of that, I don't feel like doing anything. Afterwards, it said, that's not right. If it is proper meditation, the transition from one to another should become easy. Say, I am meditating, afterwards, say I have to do my job, especially an unwelcome job. As someone said, was working in a department store. Today I have to go and fire a person. He is an officer. It's a very unpleasant task I have to do. When such things come, say meditation should help. It is the transition. Sometimes we feel how nicely I was in a particular mood. Fine mood I was. Now, as though my clean hand I am going to put in something, some glue or something like that, where I feel very uncomfortable. After this fine meditation, should I do that? But really, when there is real meditation, it is said, such transitions become easier. Because in meditation, I am trying to touch the soul, touch of the soul, and then in work also, I am trying to touch the soul there. Call it karma yoga or worship of God, I do that. So the fruit of meditation at that level, said it is that clarity and elasticity, and then the transitions are easier. And the other side, this kind of relaxation, you see. After meditation you feel relaxed. That's what ordinarily people want to do. I want to relax, so meditate for 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Because of my tension, I was not able to indulge in things of this world. Now, after this relaxation, I can indulge better. That is the ordinary philosophy of meditation there. Now going on everywhere, just to make the mind a little calm, so that I can go on very well with my life. That is a very, very superficial and confusing fruit. If that is the fruit, then we should not call it meditation. It is just relaxation, that's all. When I repeat some name or something like that, my mind becomes a little restful. I can do my work better. But meditation is always absorption in God consciousness. And when God consciousness comes, afterwards, that is the fulfillment of life. What is the fruit of meditation? It is God realization. As you say, God inside and outside, God has to be realized. It is for that. Any other use of meditation, we may call it mundane use. Meditation is just for realization of God, coming into contact with God and God alone. And another fruit of meditation is said, when you meditate properly, there should not be any loneliness. I saw the diary of one of our senior monks. I felt lonely. I started meditating. It vanished. Because we are in touch with ourselves, we are in touch with God. It is said in meditation, try to be only with God. Nothing else. It's not even say, I think of good things in meditation. No, that's not meditation. Supposing in meditation I think, may he be, say I pray for another person, or wish well of the whole world, may all that thinking of people, wishing well of them, how nice, daydreaming, if I had so many millions of dollars, I would have brought, all good to this world, all grand thoughts. It's good. But would you say, that's not meditation. However good it may be, it's not meditation. Meditation is just thought of God or contact with God, absorbed in God and God alone. In the Bible it comes, one of the names of God is jealous. My God is a jealous God. That means it does not allow any other thing to come. So there, he's alone with God. Nothing should come in between. So alone with God, but not lonely. There's no loneliness there. So a meditative person has no loneliness. After deep meditation, one feels the presence of God within, or call it meditation is filling ourselves with the presence of God. It's all, I am with God. You see any mystic. Mystics don't run after company. Not even holy company. No company. I am satisfied with my God here. And I am full. I am full. I am happy everywhere. Swami Shivananda Mahapurush Maharaj, he would say that. I am happy. I am full. Everywhere I am happy. And then, when there is no company, no, they don't miss anything. No question of missing. Here or there, anywhere, no missing at all. Whenever we speak of missing, immediately our teachers give instructions. Don't try to have some substitute for that. Suppose I miss something now. Our tendency is to fill it with something else. Don't do that. Fill it with God and God alone. Or meditate. Pray. Today's subject is meditation. So, meditate. When you feel lonely or when you miss something, meditate. That will fulfill. So, it comes to this. meditation is equivalent to just God realization. That's why meditation is only, according to Patanjali, one step lower than samadhi or complete oneness with God. It's just one step. It's a very, very advanced stage where I am meditating. So at that time, meditation is synonymous with realization of God. I am in God. I can as well say I am in God. So meditation merges in realization. When you say fruit, that is the fruit. Seeing God face to face, inwardly. Afterwards, Sri Ramakrishna says, should I see God only with my eyes closed? I see God with eyes open too. So, meditation becomes realization. Inwardly and outwardly, one sees God and God alone. And when we say fruits of meditation, another point to remember is this. When they say, don't hanker after fruits, don't get stuck in these small fruits. Always aim at this fruit that is God realization. So I want God realization. I want to be with God and with God alone. So that is the greatest fruit of meditation. All others are just by the way on stages, or when this experience comes through the mental level, yes, one feels relaxed or a kind of peace comes. All these are all right, but a devotee meditates on God for this purpose, the fruit of God realization. Thank you. Should I chant now or afterwards? I will chant afterwards. What questions can there be?
Question. In the beginning of the talk, you explained that when you first sit down, you make japa for a while, and then you begin to collect your thoughts around the object of meditation. How do you know when that point comes? Do you feel it naturally, or do you force it?
Which point?
The transition between making japa and then collecting your thoughts around the object of meditation.
See, in meditation, one slowly blends in the other. That's why it said it's very, very delicate, like your ice is melting in water, let us say. It doesn't make much noise. Quietly, one thing melts in the other. Once one of our Swamis explained the samadhi, complete absorption. You can't say, oh, I'll enter into samadhi. No, it won't happen like that. You are going on, one thing melts in the other, melts in the other, melts in the other. Like that it goes. All the barriers are broken, and then you, from the subtle from the gross to the subtle, you melt like that. You lose yourself. That's what losing ourselves in meditation is a kind of losing. Something drops, and then you enter there. I don't know, some others may have some other kind of experience. That is how this mind works in meditation. Slowly things drop, or we call upadhis or limitations drop. Another sign of meditation fruit is you become expand. You feel the expansion. I did not purposely use this word expansion because of this. When I first came to San Francisco, one of the devotees came, and after meditation, the expansion and all that, she said, my brother also speaks exactly the same thing. He was taking drugs. He said exactly he speaks the same expansion. Oh, lost in expansion. So that's why I did not want to use the word expansion, though it's right. their expansion without distortion. See, we can say that. Expansion without distortion.
If you want to practice karma yoga or bhakti yoga, how important is meditation to that?
Very much. You see, in karma yoga, bhakti yoga, though we want to develop that attitude for a long time, there are so many distractions. So we need, after all, karma yoga, bhakti yoga also, the goal is the same. We want to touch of the soul or touch God or seeing face to face God, the same goal. Unless we fill ourselves like charging the battery, we can't charge our battery as we go on with work. Because the tendency of work is to exhaust ourselves, exhaust us. In meditation, we fill ourselves. There may be an extraordinary case where he gets all the touch of the soul by working. His case is different. But that's not there. I don't find it. Swami Vivekananda calls Buddha an ideal karma yogi. But Buddha, is a great meditator. And Swamiji, of course, is a dhyana siddha, perfect in meditation. So that becomes very, very essential. Unless we charge ourselves like that, it's not possible to maintain the attitude of karma yoga. So for karma yoga and bhakti yoga and jnana yoga, this dhyana yoga is necessary. That's why they all go together. Unless we do that, very soon we are empty. Very soon we are empty. We are not able to maintain the proportion of our spending energy in our karma yoga and through karma yoga getting that spiritual power or spiritual absorption. That's not proportionate. What we get is little and what we spend is a lot. So how to make up for that? Unless we do this, it's not possible. We can't center ourselves in the spirit of karma yoga. Mahatma Gandhi says, if I had not taken to meditation and prayer, I would have been a lunatic long back. He was a great karma yogi, but he was very, very strict in his meditation. One day what happens, once they are going from place to place on some campaign, and then he and his associates, they all went to bed. They came to a village at midnight or so. And then suddenly Gandhi wakes up at 2:30 or 3 o'clock and shakes the other. What have we done? We didn't do our prayers. We forgot. Let us do it now. So, unless we have that, karma yoga is not possible. Ideally, independently, everything is possible. Karma yoga is all right, bhakti yoga is all right, but practically it's not possible unless we take to meditation. In fact, even in our order, I can be frank with you, all devotees, when after reading Swamiji's, some people became very enthusiastic about service. It's all good. We should serve through service. Swamiji once wrote, "Oh, my boys will realize God through service." Like that, inspired by the ideal, to go. Then it's Swami Brahmanandaji, Maharaj, who brought the balance there in our tradition of our order. No, that's not possible. Meditate, 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 repeat the name of God, pray, pray. Then only we will be able to do better service. And later we found this generation of our senior monks, whoever did that became really good workers. Really good workers are those who could really meditate properly. We see that in practice also. Even we all juniors, we also can feel that. When we are regular in our meditation and prayer, our work goes on all right. Otherwise, I may be very selfless and very inspired, but still that we just exhaust ourselves. And exhaustion brings all sorts of complications in human relationships or in our own work, inefficiency, or for inner efficiency, this type of meditation, real meditating on God, that intense and sincere effort, that becomes very, very necessary.
Swami, I think you were saying in the beginning that preparation is needed before there can be real meditation. So for a person who's not yet ready to really meditate, what are they supposed to do when they do sit? Or should they not spend their time sitting as if to meditate? Should they really be spending their time some other way in order to prepare themselves to meditate also?
See, our meditation is like a rehearsal. See, drama rehearsal, It may be a first rehearsal. The first rehearsals in any drama. Have you not seen that? Of course, there is no dress at all. And then people have not learned and do all sorts of things, funny things. So our meditation is like that. We rehearse what we would do in the performance. We have an idea of the performance. We have heard or seen, and then that we try to rehearse in our meditation. Shankaracharya makes that clear in the commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, when he discusses this sign or marks of a man of steady wisdom. What is spontaneous, natural to a man of realization is a practice for a beginner. What he does, as Ramakrishna is there in Samadhi. For us, that is we try to rehearse that in our meditation. So we are doing this, now we are lost in God consciousness. And then there is no one else here now. Like that we simulate. And that is the real thing, you see. Though we call it imagination, as Swami Prabuddhananda says, what is imagination today is realization tomorrow. What we are doing is something, we are going towards reality. It's not something, a vacuum or shashashringa, that means not like the horns of a hare. We are not imagining that. In meditation, we are trying to search or touch the reality there inside. Imagination, thought and feeling, they are all the tools. Like when we drill a well, the drill is there, like that we drill that. So we do that when we sit, now there is nothing. God alone and me, that's all. Have you not seen some people shaking their heads like that? No, get away. All the thoughts and other things should get away. Only I should be with God now. So that is the effort. Even that effort is a great thing. Even that effort brings a little of this effect, the fruit of meditation. A little mood, spiritual mood comes, or a little clarity. That is what gives us that sustenance in spiritual life and encouragement. Have you not seen, if there is one fairly good meditation, you can get along for quite a number of months, you can get along. And the Lord's grace is there, we are granted or we are given that now and then. Otherwise, how can we carry on? How can we carry on our spiritual practice? Now and then, there is some sign. Sometimes you may feel a big block has been removed. I am not telling about the final or advanced type of meditation. Even ordinarily, something has been removed. It comes as a result of struggle and intense aspiration. Aspiration is very important. And there, suddenly you feel the block has been removed. I was striking against something, wall, and then one fine day, slowly it is removed, and you just go further. Or there may be just all entanglement inside the mind. So many tangles going on and on, cross currents. One time meditation, as though all cross currents are wiped out like that. These experiences come. These are all very minor experiences, but still they are very encouraging. Or feeling of joy. Joy, not this type of jumping type of joy. It is that serene joy. We call it peace or ananda. After that, you are calm, stable, ready for anything. At the same time, you are not restless. Oh, there are many, many small, each one has one's own experience in this. And these are the common experiences. It's been wiped out a little. It's all gone now. As though it's all over now. The mystics say, I am the threshold of God's abode. I have come there. Oh, what the mystics say, I am going to do it tomorrow. That feeling comes, but afterwards again you go back. Because really it has not come. But these are all some, say, like a candy, just to encourage us, just to encourage, and sustenance, you see, we need sustenance. It gives sustenance. Sometimes it may be just a fight, half hour only fight, but that fight gives sustenance inside. If you don't do it, you miss it. Japa, meditation regularly you are doing, one day you don't do. After all, that's a waste of time for me, why should I do it? That's the logic many times. My mind is always restless, all whole half hour I fought and fought and fought. It's better to read something. Read something very, very holy. These are all tricks of the mind. You say at that time, that half hour it's a waste, doesn't matter, I will do it. Say that sustains us, that exercise, that just exercise is sustaining. Like when people have back pain, the chiropractor or doctor, someone prescribes some exercises. It is torture. When already it is paining, but they ask us to exercise it. But if you don't exercise, you are worse. You are worse. Every day it's a torture. It's worse if you don't do it. One diabetic patient, the instruction was to take walk, at least 2 miles he had to walk. And he had no strength, but he has to. So after half a mile or 1 mile, he would keep some sugar or something like that, eat a little, and then go there and sit and then rest and walk. Miserable, but still, if he doesn't walk, it's much worse. So meditation happens like that. See, the spiritual life in one sense is a very dangerous thing. After you live this life for some time, you can't come back. You have to go further. You can't give it up. There's a funny situation. I am miserable, I can't do it, but still I can't go back. I have to do this because I have found, as I mentioned earlier, this is the best thing I can do. It may be like this, I may feel like that, but all that, the best thing I can do is the spiritual life. And this meditation exercises, that I can do that. Of all the things, this has given me some intrinsic strength, and then this joy, peace it has given, I must do it. Otherwise it's all out of joint for me. That mere exercise, that is the practicality of the spiritual life. It's very, very practical. After that, it has to be done. Otherwise, I can't live. Why do you meditate? Exactly as asking, why do you breathe? It's my very life it is necessary. That's why I sit and do it. It's my life breath. So spiritual practices become like that. Even the struggle. I can't do anything else. This struggle alone is the thing for me. It's a big story. If you go to the Upanishad, it says, I have already seen through everything, you see. I know. My intelligence, my discrimination has told me all other things are not so worthwhile as this. So a spiritual seeker has seen through things, has examined everything. So this is the best thing I can do. The chant? All right. स्वस्त्यस्तु विश्वस्याखलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षज आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी. May the world be peaceful, may the wicked become gentle, may all creatures think of mutual welfare, may their minds be occupied with what is auspicious, and may our hearts be immersed in selfless love for the Lord.